Hello, dear viewers. My name is Farjin Nori, and I'm a immigration consultant in Germany. Today, I would like to explain for you how you can fill in the Anlage zu Unterhalt und Unterhaltsvorschuss, which in English means the attachment about maintenance and maintenance advance payment. First of all, you write here the last name and the first name of the person who receives child benefit or Kindergeld. Here you write the child benefit number or Kindergeldnummer, based on which this person receives the child benefit from Familienkasse. Here it says that the attachment about the maintenance and the maintenance advance payment for submission to the Familienkasse. Here it says that those parts which are true about the applicant, you can mark them with a cross like this. You should fill in this attachment for each of the child for whom you apply Kinderzuschlag or child allowance, and as an applicant, you do not live with the other parent of this child together in a family. And you fill in this attachment in case that you neither get the maintenance from the other parent of the child for the child, nor the maintenance advance payment or Unterhaltsvorschuss from German state for the child. Or you receive less than the following amounts of Unterhalt or maintenance for the child per month: 187 euros for a child who is between 0 to 5 years, 252 euros for a child who is between 6 and 11 years old, or 338 euros for a child between 12 and 17 years of age. And you do not receive additional Unterhaltsvorschuss or maintenance advance payment for the child. Note that the child allowance is subordinate to the other possible income of the child. And if the child has these incomes, the child allowance will be reduced proportionately. These priority benefits include, in particular, maintenance payments for the child from the other parent of him or her, and benefits under the Maintenance Advance Act or Unterhaltsvorschuss. And you have to prove that you have made efforts to obtain maintenance or maintenance advance payment for the child with up-to-date documents at least once a year. Of course, for the Familienkasse, you have to prove this. In part 1, you provide information about the child for whom you apply Kinderzuschlag or child allowance. Here you write the last name of the child, here the first name, and here the date of birth of the child. In part 2, you confirm that you have not received any maintenance from the other parent of the child in the last 6 months. If it was because of the fact that the other parent of the child did not have the ability to pay, you mark here with a cross. If you do not have the address of the other parent of the child, you mark here with a cross. And here you provide information about the fact that what did you do to find out the address of the other parent of the child. If the paternity of the child has not yet been acknowledged or determined, you mark here with a cross. And here you provide information about the fact that what have you undertaken for the acknowledgement or determination of the paternity of the child. If the child is in the same or almost the same parts taken care of by you and the other parent of the child, from 13 to 17 days per month, and there is a private agreement that no cash maintenance will be paid, please submit a copy of the private agreement to the Familienkasse, and you should mark here with the cross. If there are other reasons, for example, lack of willingness to pay the maintenance, please explain it here, and you should mark here with the cross. If you have received less than the following amounts per month from the other parent of the child in the last 6 months before this application, 187 euro for a child who is between 0 to 5 years, or 252 euros for a child between the age of 6 and 11 years, or 338 euros for a child between 12 and 17 years. Here you provide information about the reason for it. If the other parent of the child was not able to pay more than one of these amounts, you mark here with a cross. If there were other reasons for it, for example, lack of willingness to pay, you explain it here and you mark here with a cross. In part 4, it says that in order to receive more maintenance, what have you applied for? Please prove it with an evidence to the Familienkasse. If you have applied maintenance through a lawyer, you mark here with a cross, and here you write the date for it, on which date. If you have applied for it through a guardianship at the Youth Welfare Office or Jugendamt, you mark here with a cross, and here you write the date for it, on which date. And if you have applied for it through another way, you provide explanation for it here and you mark here with a cross. If you have not received maintenance advance payment or Unterhaltsvorschuss for the child in the last 6 months before this application, you provide the reason for it below. If your application has been rejected, please submit or send to the Familienkasse the rejection notice of it, and you mark here with a cross. If you have applied for it and the relevant office or authority has not decided yet upon your application, you mark here with a cross. If you have not applied for it because you do not meet the requirements for it, you mark here with a cross and you explain the reason why, for example, because the child is 18 years old, or because you're living with your partner with whom you're married in the same household or family. If there are other reasons for it, please explain it here and you should mark here with the cross. This part is about the protection of your personal information. It says that your data will be processed on the basis of the Federal Child Benefit Act and the Social Security Code. The purpose of the processing of the data is to check your entitlement to child allowance. You can find more information about the processing of your data by the Familienkasse and your rights under Articles 13 to 22 of the General Data Protection Regulation in internet in the websites of your Familienkasse under the website www.arbeitsagentur.de Datenschutz-Familienkasse, where you can also find the contact details of the data protection officer. And the child allowance files are usually kept after the end of the last child allowance payment for 6 years by the Familienkasse. And here you assure that all the information you have provided in this attachment are correct and complete. And you agree with the collection, processing, and use of your data collected by the Familienkasse, which are required for the child allowance payment. Here you write the date on which you have filled in this attachment, and you will send it to the Familienkasse. And here is an applicant you should sign, or your legal representative should sign here. Thanks a lot for watching my video. If you would like to get similar important information about the immigration laws in Germany, your rights and duties in German society, the living conditions in Germany, and other such important topics, please subscribe and follow our channel. If you have any questions or remarks about today's topic, you can write it under this video and I will be more than happy to answer it for you.